Hey, Star Wars fans and beings from other worlds. This is Steph. Here's Buford, hanging out, laying down on the carpet of my office. I'm still not done putting everything together. As you can see, I was framing things. I want to show you some things I got. Yes, that is Gone with the Wind poster. It's going to go into the media room when we get the basement done. I got these posters off of eBay for the media room, and Blade Runner, when that came out, it's one of my favorite movies ever, and Blade Runner 2047 was great. But I want to show you something I got that's really freaking cool. It came off of Etsy last year. They're not making it anymore. So here it is. This is a Swiss, I think, no, Swedish, made in the Swedish Art Deco way, but that is definitely going up somewhere, and it's really, really heavy. There was a Princess, the Princess 1977 one. I didn't have enough money to get that, but hopefully maybe I'll see it for sale somewhere and I'll buy it framed so we can have them both together. But isn't that great? It's going up in here until we get the media room done in the basement and the bar and everything, so we can have our movie viewing, and there you go. So, and oh, there they are. There they are. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed that little, little walk down memory, or walk through the junk I've collected over the last few years. Anyway, just wanted to kind of sit back and kind of reflect about what's going on. The latest predictions for Soy War Sorry are under $100 million, which is horrible. I still say it's not going to make 80. Right now they're saying 97 to 95 to 90 million, when I'm not that far off. And I'm going to give you guys some advice. Leave the guys that actually work for Lucasfilm alone now, all right? Just leave them alone. Don't get pissed off. If you want to talk about how to fix it, do hashtags. I've been doing that. You can go to the hashtags how to fix Star Wars, how to fix a franchise, how to fix Star Wars, or hashtag how to fix a franchise, hashtag Star Wars, and see what has been posted there. Right now, it's time to reflect on what's been going on. I know I'm probably one of the angriest people on the planet about what happened, but I got a feeling they're feeling it now. And I'm not saying don't ease up, but let them stew, okay? Let them see for themselves how they treated the fans turned out, making shitty movies, casting inappropriate actors like Alden Ehrenreich for a role that is an iconic role, and why, Ethan Van Sciver basically said that he was really emasculated and kind of a pussy in Solo, and I'm like, fine, I'm not gonna see it. I don't have to see it. I know what the spoilers are. A lot of us who are boycotting, who aren't going to go see it, whether you want to call it a boycott or not, are getting shit for it. If you know what the story is, why are you going to spend money? A couple of friends of mine downloaded it, saw it, it sucked ass. People I trust and believe. You can't do what they did and then expect us to like it. Here's the deal. If you are in Hollywood, and you're running a franchise like the Star Wars franchise, and you don't know your customers, which we are, you don't know your patrons, which we are, you don't know your fans, and you attempt to make Star Wars movies into social justice warrior manifestos, the fans are going to leave. My suggestion is to stop it, all right? I don't care if you're a left-wing nutbag. I really don't give a shit. I don't care if you're a right-wing nutbag. All right? I really don't give a shit. Just do good stuff. Okay? Do good stuff. Write well. Okay? And, I've come up with a few things they can do. Get rid of the sequel trilogy. It doesn't work. Stop hiring people who've never even haven't even read a Star Wars book or seen the movies to write for it. I find it fascinating that so many of these people are now young people in Hollywood that get shots like this are going into these jobs not as fans, not as loving what they're doing, but as activists. Stop hiring people like that. Okay, the fans don't like it. In the United States, social justice warriors are losing the fight. All right, regular people are not going to sit for it anymore. We're sick and tired of it. It's not how life works. Okay, you can't. I'll bet you John Kasdan, alone with his pansexual comment, chased away a good half the audience that would have gone to see it with that. And it's not even in the movie. But because he said it, there you go. You can't do that. You can't do that. And it says more about the fact that he's unaware of what he's talking about and unaware of himself than it does about the movie, or actually even what they're writing and putting out there. People like that shouldn't be writing Star Wars if they can't write Star Wars. I am reading Tatooine Ghost. Basically, I'm reading about 2 books right now: Tatooine Ghost and The Courtship of Princess Leia. And I love Tatooine Ghost. It's the one after that book. It's one after that book, and The Courtship of Princess Leia is a good book. I don't like the way she's written in it, only because she comes off as a ninny, and I'm sorry, but Prince is older. I can't imagine Leia ever thinking that was anything she wanted to be anywhere near. I could see her, backing away from him, going, "I don't know what your glitch is, but I'm not interested." This guy is, walks up and it's like, that would have been the biggest turnoff for her ever. All right. So, but it's still a pretty good book. And Han isn't perfect. Now in Tatooine Ghost, it's really, really good. You could actually turn that into an animated movie and everybody would love it. Everybody would love it. I think. And here's the deal for Lucasfilm to think about. If you wrote Star Wars and did Star Wars the way Lucas wanted it done, respected the ways of the Force, respected the lore, respected the characters, left Han as that man that had that character arc and grew from that instead of regressed from that. Leia the same way, instead of, she grew into this beautiful, sexy, loving, tender woman who could still kick ass and lead, okay? That's the Leia we all grew up with, okay? Why change her into a third wave cartoon? Third wave feminist hag cartoon. Okay, why? We don't care about the point you're trying to make. You're failing at that. Purple-haired, freaky women turn people off, okay? They really, really do. They're a very small minority of the female population in the United States. Most of us don't have time for their shit. We don't need them. So what'd you do that to Leia for? Okay, we don't need the third wave feminists anymore. So why not just make Star Wars Star Wars? All right, Disney's going to have to change to admit that boys need heroes too. They need Luke Skywalkers. Heroes in fiction are just as important as heroes out there in the world. They're just as important as the guys that receive the Medal of Honor, the guys that play football, basketball, baseball, ride racehorses, cops, firemen, because they give a kid a chance to dream and imagine, all right? The imagination for a little boy is very, very, very important, okay? It helps him find an ideal that he can attain, all right? And really good fathers allow that to happen. Really good fathers want that to happen. They want their sons to grow up to be strong, able, capable, brave, wise, masculine men. And there's nothing wise about any of the men in the new Disney canon, okay? We have the wise women who aren't so wise. They're embarrassing to the rest of us women, okay? So stop it. Girls can look up to these guys. I've said this before. I don't have to reiterate it. You know why. Girls had Leia, girls had Padme. That is a real woman, written very well by a man, George Lucas. So, why change it? Okay? Change yourselves. And if you can't, unlike Harrison Ford, Carrie Fisher, Mark Hamill, and George Lucas, you're not irreplaceable. You can be replaced. And there are a lot of people out there who love what George did with Star Wars, who want to continue it, who'll be very eager to jump into your spots and carry the legacy forward. Remember that, okay? As much for Kathleen Kennedy as it is for anybody else. I mean, look at the money you're not making on a soy war story. And I feel sorry for Ron Howard having to deal with this shit, okay? He's drowning right now. And I'm sure he regrets ever taking on the reins for this. This movie never should have been made. We didn't want it. Especially after we saw the guy that you decided should play Han Solo. Where in the world do you get that with him? Where? Alright, so just cool off, guys. Have fun with your kids and your wives and your husbands and, your parents and your siblings and your aunts and uncles at your barbecues. Go to visit a military cemetery. Go remember the guys that fought for our country and died for it. The ultimate sacrifice, the heroes that we're not allowed to have anymore. Go and throw in a viewing of Saving Private Ryan. All right. Go in and watch an episode of The Pacific. Go watch Lone Survivor. All right. Or Zero Dark 30. Or, 12 Strong. Okay. Go and do that. Instead, don't give Kennedy the money. Don't give her a pass. But let them stew this weekend. Okay, let them kind of sit back and think about what they wrote. And because there are certain people in the organization that are asking what they can change. All right? And when you've got someone who's willing to negotiate with you, this is a truce. Take it. When you've got someone who's willing to negotiate with you, you listen to what they have to say. And you give them what you want. You tell them, this is what I want. And if they walk away saying they can't do that, then you walk away. All right? That's the art of negotiation. That's all you can do. But let them stew this weekend. And if you're on Twitter and you see, somebody, publicly musing about what's going on and they work for Lucasfilm, be kind, be polite, tell them, all right, what you want in a Star Wars movie, all right? And tell them how insulted you were as a human being and a fan by how Han was portrayed, by how Leia was portrayed, by how Luke was portrayed, okay? All right? So, but hey, it's Memorial Day weekend. This is an important weekend, I think, for every American to reflect on this magnificent country we have and what it cost to have it, okay? Because we wouldn't be here without the guys that, that gave the ultimate sacrifice, okay? So this is Steph, signing out. Happy Memorial Day. See you around the galaxy.